Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Big Bear Makes, Unboxing Edition. Today, we are going to be looking at Betrayal at House on the Hill, a strategy game by Bruce Glasgow, second edition. This is one that I've had on my list for a while to actually get a hold of, and I'm excited to be digging into it today. It appeals to my interest in horror, suspense, survival stories, and storytelling as a general mechanic in any game you play. I come for the story, so this is very exciting. Just some basic info here. It seats 3 to 6 people, takes about 1 hour to play. It's rated age 12 plus. According to Board Game Geek, it's rated in terms of complexity at a 2.38 out of 5. So middle of the road for difficulty. It may take a bit of time to pick up, but once you have it, you're good to go. Some categories that it fits under, it's an adventure / exploration / horror / miniatures game. As you can see, the game comes with minis itself. I'm excited to look at those. The mechanisms that it employs, among others, uses dice rolling, map addition. It's a modular board, has player elimination, and perhaps my favorite, role-playing. So, without further ado, let's get into this particular bad boy, shall we? Can't believe I just said that. Bad boy. What is this, the 90s? Perhaps even the 80s. If we check the back of the box, we have all the requisite information. So the contents themselves, you have a brief description of the game, and a look at the components. Face your terror as it builds, tile by tile. Very excited. Here we go. Avalon Hill. They're responsible for some pretty good stuff, including Risk 2210, which I just played recently. It was a good time. I may have to do a retroactive unboxing of that one. So, let's get into it. I have my knife. Slightly bigger than the one I have used in the past. This one also has a fresh blade on it, if I recall correctly, so I may be taking parts of the box with me. Which might be sinful, but I figure the inside of the box isn't on display. Okay. There we go. The plastic is gone. Toss that over there. All right. Ooh, nice texture on the box. That brand new box feeling. For all you ASMR fans. There we go. It is unsealed. Okay. So, we open this thing right away. It looks like we have a number of tokens. Yes, I'm feeling these things, and they are to be punched out. Die cut. Look at this. That's really thick. So it did say it's a tile-based game, so that makes sense that there would be a number of tiles to the game itself. This looks like a tracker of some sort up here, and all of these S's, but you have different pictures here. So you have, looks like a snake, a shambling mound, a claw, maybe a werewolf or something, a tentacle, but the kraken, this looks like a zombie. This one here, I'm not sure what that is. Oh, it looks like a person with many hands. There you go, spooky stuff. Here we have, okay, parts of the building itself. So upper level, ground and basement level, basement, all three. I'm assuming there's an actual room on the other side of these tiles, so we'll take a look at those in a moment. We also have the rule book, a haunting experience for 3 to 6 explorers. Nothing on the back except some peeling paint on the wall. Okay. Trader's Tome. Do not read until the haunt scenario begins. So my understanding part of this game is that You start out as allies, and then one of you secretly becomes a traitor, hence the name Betrayal at House on the Hill. I'm not sure how that mechanic works, but I am intrigued to find out. So we'll take a look at that later. Secrets of survival, do not read until the haunt scenario begins. Okay, so these two go hand in hand. Good to know. Nothing on the back here. I am digging the artistic style of the covers here. Reminds me very much of World of Darkness style of cover art. It's very gritty, very grungy. Here we have a deck of event cards. I'm assuming these are all event cards. We flip them over. This one here, Bite, a growl, the scent of death, pain, darkness, gone. So you have an event here. When you draw this card, something bites you. The player on your right rolls a Might 4 attack against you for the mysterious something before it runs away into the darkness. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right, so we'll take a look at those too. And finally, we have a bag with our minis. We'll take those out. We also have our dice and, oh, some stands. Perfect. Okay. Oh, maybe not stands. What are those? Oh, maybe they are stands. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. Anything underneath? Nope. Nothing underneath. So I like that it looks like each of the components has their own little storage space. I'm assuming tiles would go in here. I see a circle. I don't know if that's for anything in particular. But again, we will find out what's going on here. So let's get to opening some more stuff. Every time I do this, it's like Christmas. I tell you, it's fantastic. Let's go with the tiles first. So, take the knife and very carefully cut away just so I have enough to grab onto. So, let's take a look at these tiles. Feels very nice, good quality there. Oh, look at this. On the back side, we have actual detailed pictures of the icons. So, there you go. You have a lady with many arms. You have looks like a zombie fellow, tentacle, a clawed hand, perhaps a werewolf, the shambling mound again. I don't know if that's what it actually is, but I'm going to call it that. A Grim Reaper figure. We have an angry cat, it looks like. And they all have numbers on them. I wonder if that has to do with a score of some sort, or a power level, or maybe that's just the number of them on the field. So you could have up to 24 shambling mounds or 24 cats, but only 6 Grim Reapers, because you know the exchange rate between Grim Reapers and cats. 1 Grim Reaper is about as powerful as 4 angry cats. So that's good to know. Next, we have... okay. I think I see here. So these look like our various characters. So we have Darren Flash Williams, for example. He's seen better days, but I mean, I would look a bit harried too if I were in a haunted house. You have Madame Zostra. You have Jenny Leclerc. Man, this house must be scary. These people just look to be out of their minds. We have a number of tiles here. A secret passage, drip, safe, below collapsed room. I'm getting the impression that there's a lot of not nuance or subtlety necessarily, but many working and moving parts in this game. That's the impression I'm getting here. Here we have some more characters. You have Zoe Ingstrom, or Ingstrom perhaps. Brandon Jaspers. He's some punk kid. Thought he was gonna pull a prank in the haunted house, and now the haunted house is gonna prank him. And you have Father Reinhardt rocking the round glasses and a very shiny scalp. A man after my own heart. Some more items. Looks like creatures. The Demon Lord. A Banshee. Wow. There are dragons here. Frankenstein's monster. I don't know how I feel about that one. I mean, yeah, he was made of stitched together body parts, but it doesn't mean he has to be ugly. Okay, here we go. We have some room tiles, and if we look on the back, yes, all right. So these look like, my guess would be that they belong somewhere, or they belong in different parts of the mansion, depending on how the game board gets set up. So you have some stairs, you have servants' quarters, a wine cellar, you have a bloody room, a bedroom, and so on and so on. There's a mystic elevator. I wonder where it goes. Once per turn, roll 2 dice and move this room next to any open door on any floor, upper floor, ground floor, basement. 0 basement, then take 1 die of physical damage. Oh, it's the elevator that fights back. Interesting. We have some more rooms here. There's a chasm. This house is so expansive it has its own chasm. That's wild. The coal chute, collapsed room, chapel, a charred room, the game room, the gardens, the conservatory, the gallery. Very cool. Some more tiles there. Okay, you know this house is spooky. It has a pentagram chamber. It's a universal symbol for witchcraft. Not so much wizardry, but more so witchcraft. And also stars, just in general, right? An underground lake. How big is this place? That's what I want to know. The vault, research lab, the patio, the junk room. Most people just have a junk drawer. Cool. A grand staircase. Foyer, entrance hall. I'm assuming this is where you would all start. Catacombs, basement landing, the dining room, the dusty hallway, the furnace room. Is that a body? Oh, oh, it's a rat. It looks like a rat. Oh, okay, this just got really spooky. They have their own OR. That's weird. And slightly unnerving. An organ room, the instrument, not something you would put next to the lab for organs. There's a tower, the storeroom, the graveyard. I mean, that just makes sense. The gym. And finally, creaky hallway, the crypt, the ballroom, the balcony, an abandoned room, and an attic. All right, cool. So that's the house in a nutshell. You get to pop all these out. That's going to be so satisfying. I'm very, very excited to be popping those out. It's a simple pleasure. I am a simple man with simple needs. Okay, so take a look at the event cards next. Get the knife out. As always, safety first with knives. Any sharp implement, cut away from yourself. Now these cards, I think they're tarot size, so you'd have to get the sleeves that fit accordingly. I do like to sleeve all of my card components. I like to protect my board games and their pieces, because some people look at them and they see, oh, it's a game, it's something for fun. I look at them and I see, yes, a game, but also a collector's item, something that with proper care can last you a very long time, and you can pass on to your children and their children and so on and so on, right? So we have these event cards, and it looks like they are all event cards. Oh, no. So we have event cards. We have items. And we have omens. Ah, okay, so that wasn't an event, that was an omen. Okay. And yeah, I mean, that makes sense, because it said on the bottom of the card, it says this omen can't be dropped, traded, or stolen. So it said it was an omen. I'm curious about what each of these components are, but let's look at an event card just for fun. So here's the one at the top. You feel a body under your foot. Oh, wow. That'll wake you right up. Before you can leap away from it, you're knocked over. A giggling voice runs away from you. Yeah, this is definitely a game that you want to play at Halloween with some spooky music. Maybe the lights turned low or turned down low. Maybe some mood lighting. A rainstorm, simulated or real, whatever you can get. A woman wearing a Civil War dress beckons to you. You fall into a trance. Oh, neat. Secret tunnel. That's exciting. I'm assuming these are triggered at some point in the game. Something to move the action forward, or just to introduce some levity. Let's look at some of the items we have here. A music box. Those are never creepy. Never, ever. A handcrafted antique. Plays a haunting melody that gets stuck in your head. Yeah. Anybody familiar with the GameCube era of games may remember one called Geist, where you play as a fellow whose spirit is separated from his body. At one point in the game, you have to possess a music box in order to trigger an event. Because, of course, it's a music box. Never is it like a Transformer or a Furby or anything fun like that. No, it's always a creepy music box. Oh, let's find out what that one was. Smelling salts. Like a stimulant. Okay, cool, cool. What's on the back? Adrenaline shot. Ooh. Neat. Well, I'm curious to see how the dice mechanic works. I'll have to read the rules, but that's for another video, for another time. And omens, I mean, we already saw the bite. What else here? Holy symbol. Symbol of calm in an unsettling world. Oh, there's a sanity mechanic. Oh, okay. That will be fun. Madman. It's a companion? Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. Last component. That's in a bag anyway. Again, safety first. Take out our 6 minis. We have dice and these things here. All right, so let's take a look first at. Well, let's look at these things first. Save the best for last. So these on the box are billed as plastic clips, and that's precisely what they are. If you take a close look at them, hopefully the camera will focus. Maybe I'll focus it myself. No such luck, eh? Well, anyway, I hope you can see. There we go. So we have this pentagonal clip. I'm assuming the tokens from earlier will go into that. I have yet to see how, but we'll find out. You have, is it 30 of them? You have a good collection of them. They're nice and light, but they don't feel cheaply made. They feel easy to handle, easy to manage. A little slippery, but that's because they're new. And we have the dice. We have 3, 4, 5, 8 dice. And they're your standard dice. Oh, wait, maybe not. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, 1 and 2, and then 2 blank sides. Okay. Oh, no, they're not your standard dice. They're standard in that they're cubes, but that's it. All they are is 1 and 2. That's all they have on them. Interesting. Very interesting. And finally, last but certainly not least, we have the minis. Each one is in their own separate compartment. Oh, that was pretty good. So that character is going to survive. Right away I know that because of their cat-like reflexes. Okay, so there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minis. Let's take a look. Here was that first fellow. I think his name was Dash. Well, that was his nickname anyway. Hopefully, this will show up. There we go. So, here he is, some pretty basic colors. Faces. Something I struggle with as well, painting faces. If you look closely, you can see the demon possessing him. Look at those eyes, they're so black. I know that this is a great opportunity to practice painting minis. So I may take a brush to these in future and just touch them up a little bit, especially that face. I know I can do better than that, and I'm terrible at painting faces. I can do better. No disrespect to whoever may have painted this. He's holding a flashlight, very dynamic pose. Next we have, oh, a child. Oh dear, it was the child with the teddy bear. Okay, wow. Yes, bring a child to the haunted house. Absolutely. What adventure in a haunted house is complete without a child? Next we have the doctor with his lantern and lab coat. Actually, you know what? I could cosplay as this guy. I have a lab coat and a lantern, and I just got in some goggles. I don't know if that's a binder. It looks like a book. I could do that. Yeah. There we go. Easy Halloween costume. And then we have, I forget her name, Madame something or other. And rocking a blue dress. Big old flashlight. Oh, I spoke too soon. This is an even bigger flashlight. It's almost Lara Croft, Tomb Raider-esque, this character here. And our last one, the other child, or very short person. Almost with a look of glee on his face. absolute joy, bliss at being at this house with these people and these spooky things going on. Look at are those combat boots? No, they're just high tops. Okay. Anything underneath? Nothing underneath, just a basic platform for them to stand on. So there you go, your 6 adventurers and the shenanigans that they get up to. If we look just really quickly at our rule books, I'm going to wrap up just by flipping through those as I knock my camera over. So here's the basic rule book. This is for all eyes. You have your table of contents, game components, game overview, object of the game. It goes through your setup, the rules, then how to play. So, okay, I see. So these clips are actually going to fit on those character shapes. Let me find one as an example here. Okay, because yes, you have traits that you have to track. So how that's going to work, say you have your might. If it'll focus. There we go. So let's say my might is at 7, and then I lose some due to an event, so I have to, maybe it was a really scary event, so I move it down to, I don't know, 2 or something. Oh, okay, yeah, so that's a tracker. Oh, neat. Good idea. That's a good idea. I like that. All right. So that helps you keep track of your stats. Very cool. Very cool. You get to learn about your character, vital statistics. Attach 4. We have some more rules. Shuffling the cards, mixing the tiles. Okay, so that's what your basic game board is going to look like. Your play area. So you're going to have your 3 card decks. You're going to have your room tiles, your characters, a starting tile. Oh, maybe you start in the basement. Plastic figures, dice. Okay, cool. Traits. Okay. On your turn, what you can do. Oh, you can do as many of the following actions as you want in any order. Interesting. So there's a lot of text in this rulebook, which seems fair. This game sounds like one that is heavier on the rules. Not super heavy, but heavier. So using items. We do have pictures though, so helpful pictures. Yeah, always a good thing. What happens if the rules in the book conflict with the rules on the card? The card trumps. Okay, good to know. You can fight. Hey, that's cool. And then the haunt. So this is when the game changes. And that's what those other 2 books are for, those other supplementary books. Monsters. Yeah, so those were monsters. Most monsters can't be killed. Oh! Interesting. What happens to my stuff if I die? How to win the game, that's important. The first side, the traitor or the heroes that completes its goals for the haunt wins the game. Okay. And then a glossary in the back. That will be helpful. What if there isn't a rule for that? You may have to house rule it, evidently. It's probably a good idea. I know I've had to do that on a few occasions. We've run into a problem with the rules where the game didn't specify what we had to do, or it did, but in very vague terms that were open to interpretation. So we had to figure it out from there. So we did. So that was the general rule book. That's for everybody. This is the Trader's Tome. It looks like this is for the trader. Oh. Interesting. This looks like it lays out scenarios. Okay, let's just got even more exciting. Yes, okay, so there are haunt numbers here, haunt scenarios. So haunt 40. I think they said what? There were like 58? Isn't it 50? Okay, cool. It was an expansion that introduces a number of other haunts. All right. So it looks like this goes. Yeah, you win when. So there's your victory condition there. So this includes succinct one-page outlines for each of the different haunts that you can run into in a given game. Fits in the hand nicely. Finally, we have Secrets of Survival. And this looks like it ties in to the Trader's Tome. So this will be for the non-trader characters. So this will be for the heroes, and this will be for the trader, as the names might indicate. Okay, reference materials for both sides. Cool. Now I'm wondering if you're supposed to keep your identity as the trader a secret. I mean, I guess, I don't know if that's entirely plausible because you have a book here, and if people see you flipping through the book, then that would out you pretty quickly. But I don't know. I'll have to read through the rules and find out. Overall, I'm very impressed with the quality of these components. The plastic is about what I'd expect. It doesn't feel cheap. The paint job, of course, something that those of us who are more artistically inclined might want to take another attempt at prettying up, if you will. But all the printed components are nice and clear. The text is sharp. It's not too small that it is illegible, but it's not so large as to be garish and dominating of the surface it's printed on. Everything looks to have its own spot. The books are satisfying to hold, satisfying to look at. Colors all work well together. Good design choices on the part of the game designers. So, yes, that is Betrayal at House on the Hill, the unboxing. I'm going to look forward to giving this an actual playthrough, or 6, and hopefully report to you on my impressions there. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. I hope you were able to live vicariously through my hands. Until next time, this is Big Bear. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.